I made $1,000 in 2 days from DoorDashing. It was actually $900. I'm rounding up just because 1,000 sounds a little bit nicer, but $900 in 2 days from DoorDashing, that's still pretty impressive. And those 2 days were part of 10 days total, where I rented a 2023 Kia Soul GT line to dash in since it was raining that whole week and I was going to be unable to use my e-bike. So we're also going to do a little bit of a whip review, and I'm also introducing a new star ratings scale, 4 different categories with a 5th total category that sums up the previous 4. Each category gets 5 stars. Categories are dashability, riz, quirkiness, war ready, and the one that sums up all 4 of those we call total shine. Welcome Dash fam, best dasher alive here, aka Mom Brady.
Again crowding the line, San Diego, now they back off. Brady, look at the time he has, Brady to the end zone, touchdown, Terry Glenn.
I filmed this back in January of this year when they first came out with the high pay priority program. A lot of you will know that I didn't care at all about my acceptance rate. It was quite low most of the time, but then they came out with this new prioritization program, and so I had to test all that out, get my acceptance rate up there and see if there's anything to it. So the cost of renting this whip for 11 days total, 2023 Kia Soul GT line, $375.69. And in order to pick up and drop off the car, I also took 2 Lyft trips, which totaled $52.85. And then the amount I spent on gas for the total time I had this car was $246.16, which brings our total cost to $674.07. So if you haven't done the quick maths already, in just 2 days we recouped all of the costs and then made a little bit more, and then had the 8 more days of DoorDashing to just suck in pure profits. The price tag, by the way, on the 2023 Kia Soul GT line starts at $23,490. Not bad at all.
Hello.
Hi, this is your DoorDasher. I'm wondering what building you're in. You put your number as 17, but it didn't say the building.
It's the one closest to the street, the main street. If you come in, go to the right.
N?
And then it's the one, I don't even know, it's my daughter's house, so.
Oh. Okay, so just as I enter the complex, it's the one just right on the right?
If you go, let me see, go to the right, and then you go through, and it's the one on the last building, and it's my apartment's facing the street.
Yeah, so I'm gonna need the building number, I'm sorry.
I don't know the building number.
It says it on the outside of the building with the building, it's a letter actually.
Oh, it's M. Sorry.
Definitely didn't use the full day to DoorDash, but we did make $99 on the first day out of the 10 days. And my first impressions were that I like how this thing feels so far. Its brakes feel nice, steering feels nice, turning radius is nice. It doesn't really have a lot of juice, acceleration, speed to it, but I mean, that's kind of expected. I've personally never really been a fan of like the Scion, however you say it, or the Renegade or the Soul, like that kind of odd box shape. So I was curious if I would like it or not, and I did. I still am not a huge fan of the exterior, to be honest, of how it necessarily looks, but I definitely did think it was comfortable to drive. The GT line specifically on the exterior comes with like a special set of wheels. On day 2 it got a little bit more interesting. This is where I got my acceptance rate up over 70%, where now I'm officially in the prioritization percentages. And I was getting a bunch of $8.50 orders for like 2 miles, which was going good. And then I got my AR up there, and then it kicked me into the high pay program, and I noticed I just was waiting around a lot. And what I kind of started to think here is high pay equals high wait. Kind of started to seem like DoorDash is, here's the hour block, and it's like, well, we could feed you 3 small ones for $24 in this, or we could just make you wait a long time and then give you the $24 high pay and you just go complete that one delivery. Day 3 the rain came. If I had tried to e-bike this week, there was so much rain, I would have only been able to make maybe like $250. In the Kia Soul, I messed around with the it's like lane collision control, and then if you pair that with the adaptive cruise control, it's kind of like auto drive, where keeps you in between the bumpers of the lane, and then if you use the cruise control, then it accelerates and decelerates if there's a car in front of you. So we're just going auto steer. It doesn't regulate. Sometimes it doesn't work super great. This is just a real life test right here. It's got the touch screen. It's a nice touch screen, worked well. The flat bar steering wheel. This was actually the first time I'd used the flat bar steering wheel, and I ended up liking it quite a bit. Corners right here. I personally really like it. It has a smart key, which is honestly really nice for DoorDashing, to not have to touch your fob to unlock things, but you just walk up to your car and it unlocks for you. You don't have to stick a key in and turn it. You can just push the button. The interior actually I think looks pretty cool. It's got the black leather with the GT red stitching all around it, and then just some red accenting thrown around here and there. If you fold down the back seats, then you get a drop to the actual trunk space. There's not a consistently flat level. I think the Kia Soul did a really good job at implementing a touchscreen, but also leaving you with all the basic buttons that you're used to. And then when you look down through your steering wheel, you've got all your digital instruments right there. I don't know if the colors are necessarily my favorite. Day 4, once again, very rainy, but provided an opportunity to test the Kia Soul's traction. And honestly, I didn't have any issues with it slipping out or anything like that. Day 4 felt a little bit slower. We earned a total of $142. Total for day 5 was $141.75. Again, this day just felt a little bit slow to me, and I didn't feel like anything special was happening because I was now in the high pay program. See, that would be a high pay order, but they just didn't call it that because they hid some of it in tips. So this whole high pay low order game is just DoorDash can rearrange stuff however they want. So day 6 now. This is a Thursday. I started at 7:30 a.m. sitting at home. Thought I'd, hit some declines on some of the crappy ones, and then it just got super sensitive and mad at me. It didn't send me a single offer for the next 2 hours. So I was sitting there like, well, this is weird. I guess let's try and drive around and see if that jogs anything. And once I started moving around in the car, then it did send me an offer. Total for day 6, $193.50. The dasher who's been out there dashing the longest and completing the most, come dinner time, is going to be more prioritized for bigger, better offers. I also noticed I had to use the car horn for the first time. It sounded like the silliest little horn you've ever heard. I again was noticing here more this day that it seems a bit more sensitive to declines. After I declined like 3 or 4 in a row, it would just make me wait for a while. And the total for day 7 was $172.25. And so on day 8, I decided I'm going to raise my AR to over 70%. And so I'm just going to take everything. And I started at 6 a.m. I immediately got a banger, and basically the whole day was just a really good day. Not just as far as offers go, but also I learned about sport mode in the Kia Soul. I think they call it drive mode, but I did feel like it's a little bit slow. Like I wouldn't mind if it was a little bit quicker. And then I found out about drive mode, and I was like, oh, that actually added like the little bit of speed that I wanted. It didn't make it fast, but it didn't make it feel like it was slow anymore. It has a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder engine with 147 horsepower, and it'll go 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 8 seconds. I earned $468.76, plus I got a $5 cash tip. Day 9, I'd already made $100. It's 11 a.m., and that's when I get my first high pay of the day, which was one of these bogus high pay ones where it's just $5. I got my acceptance rate up to 80% this day. It was a solid day. I thought I'd see a little bit more high pay offers since I'm getting my acceptance rate so high, but they really just come occasionally. I earned $426 on this day. So for that Saturday and Sunday, dashing 6 a.m. to 10:30 p.m., I made $900. Dashability, it gets a 4.5. It's a very dashable car. It gets good miles per gallon. It's very comfortable. It drives well, especially once you kick it into drive mode. Did very well in the rain. It's got a nice sunroof. Riz. Is it sexy? Is it eye candy? Is it appealing? Are people stopping and watching and looking and asking questions? Nah. This is a 2 out of 5 on the Riz scale. Not much of a Rizmobile. Quirkiness, we're giving it a 4 out of 5. This is quite the quirky vehicle. Are there quirkier ones? Absolutely. Could this be stepped up in quirkiness? Absolutely. Could it be stepped down in quirkiness? Way more than it could be stepped up. War ready. 2 out of 5. I mean, it's got a little sunroof. If you needed to pop up out of there and could get into drive mode. If you need to escape from a moped, that might help a little bit. The keyless entry, if you're in a hurry trying to escape getting chased, once you get to that car, you just get to pull the handle, push the button, and go. I think that's helpful. So total shine, it gets a 12.5 out of 20, which is a 62.5% total shine. So the car was $375.69. Total gas spent for the week was $246.16, and the Lyft rides to pick up and drop off the car were $52.85 for a total cost of $674.07. If we just look at the one dash week, Monday through Sunday, the total cost for that would be $566.70, which puts our profits at $1,284.46. And for the 10 days total that I dashed in the car, the 11 days total that I had it, the total profit was $1,480.31.